Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here. In this how to play video I want to take a look at Neirea's Jade Druid that he was playing at StarLadder recently. So this variant of Jade Druid is kind of a mix between the old and new. The old version was running double Feral Rage, running weapon removal, running Jade Spirits. Perhaps the newer variant that's gaining some ground is running stuff like Wild Pyromancers and Acolytes of Pain, working on even more and heavier cycle, and using Wild Pyromancer to clear these white token boards that stuff like Aggro Druid or Token Shaman are able to build. But this Neirea's list is pretty interesting. It's actually a mix between the two, so there's only one Wild Pyromancer, there's only one Acolyte of Pain, and there's also some of these heavier cards that these newer builds are usually cutting right now. So when you start playing this deck, then the first question is, how do you mulligan? Well, you are still a druid after all, so you're looking for ramp. You want to ramp up your mana so that you can make plays that are ahead of the curve and higher mana plays than what your opponent is able to do. So Wild Growth, Jade Blossom, excellent, very important cards. If you're up against something that you suspect is going to be aggressive, then Wrath is a good card to keep. Wrath can kill a Vicious Fledgling, Wrath can kill a Murloc War Leader. Lots of good uses for Wrath. And of course there is the Wild Pyromancer, especially if you have some spells to go with that. And stuff like Earthen Scales especially. If you have Earthen Scales and Wild Pyromancer, you can play Earthen Scales on the Pyromancer and increase its health and make it do more damage. Other than that, mulligan with Druid can get a little bit complicated, because, well, the mana that you have available does not go from 1, 2, 3 and 4. It can jump up. You can have Innervates, which enable you to make faster plays. You can have Ramp, which will skip some mana counts for you. So try to find a curve, some kind of, okay, how do these turns play out? If I have Wild Growth, okay, do I play the Wild Growth maybe with the coin, maybe without the coin? What would be my play next turn with the mana that I have available? So trying to figure that out and mulliganing from there. How does Jade Druid win games? Well, the classic win condition is big infinite Jade Golems. You have Jade Idol, which can either summon a Jade Golem or you can shuffle multiple copies of this back into your deck. So the real classic win condition is that sometime when you're at 10 mana, you're going to play Gadget and Auctioneer. Your deck is going to be pretty small at that point. You're going to play maybe Wild Growth then, because you play Wild Growth, Gadget and draws you a card. You get excess mana, which is also a card that draws a card, you play that, Gadget and draws you a card. Excess mana draws you a card, so that's 3 cards for 2 mana. Innervate gives you a card and 2 mana. And then you just play tons of Jade Idols. You shuffle some of them back into your deck, you play some of them on the board. If the opponent is a class that can clear boards, then you try to keep some in your hand, so that if they happen to make a board clear, then you just replay a couple of new big Jades. However, those infinite Jades are not always needed. After all, with just the Jade cards you have in the deck, Jade Idol, Jade Blossom, Jade Spirit, Aya, Jade Behemoth, the final Jade is going to be already a 10-10. So if you're facing some kind of a more aggressive deck, then don't hesitate to play both Jade Idols as minions to get that Jade ramp going, to get bigger Jades earlier. And also getting those Jades out for 1 mana is a really good deal, so you need that tempo. I think a few words are in order about Earthen Scales. Fun card. Looked to be pretty weak when it was released, but it actually turned out to be extremely strong card. So this is the card that wins you the games against slow mage decks like Burn Mage and Freeze Mage. You try to get as big Jades as fast as possible, and then at some point in the game you're going to cast Earthen Scales on a really big Jade, and you're going to heal a lot, armor up a ton, and then you do that again, and then the burn from the mage is just going to be insufficient to kill you. Against faster decks you use it differently, you use it earlier. Maybe you use it on a taunt to get it out just outside of reach. Maybe you use it on a Wild Pyromancer to enable a board clear. There are many ways that you can use it in faster matchups. Gain less armor, but gain it at a crucial moment of time. Also take advantage of the buff it gives to the minion. Then there's still Fandral Stag Helm in the deck. Fandral is perhaps a little bit less important than it was before, back when Raven Idol was in Standard. Fandral played a huge role. But Fandral is still a very powerful card. Now you can perhaps use it a little bit more liberally than you could then. For example, if you have a good opportunity on turn 4, just slam Fandral on the board, if you have like Nourish in hand. Just for that opportunity that, okay, maybe the opponent is unable to remove that Fandral, and you get to play Nourish on 5 with Fandral, because Nourish with Fandral, gaining 2 mana crystals and 3 cards, that's usually just game winning. So you can take these risks with Fandral nowadays, because Fandral is not that key to winning games with this deck, but it can still give you those really powerful swing turns sometimes, which result in a win. But yeah, really interesting deck, a bit of a mix between old and new, this specific variant. So let's take a look at how this plays out, see what it really looks like in action, and remember, if you enjoyed this content, then like this video and subscribe to my channel. And let's take a look at that gameplay. Wanting to protect the wild, I'm going first. I might need a swipe against the Paladin. On the other hand, I really want to get some ramp, get some Jades going. I might go with the turn 1 Jade Idol in this matchup, because if I don't find anything for turn 2, then this turn 1 Idol gives me the chance to trade away most of the Murlocs he can play here, with the exception of the Wildfin Inquisitor. Haha. Wildfin Inquisitor. Justice Doctor ordered. Now I have no play here. Hitting face. I guess this guy's also hitting face. I don't expect him to have anything to really trade into that, so I get to hit the face and he makes the trade. Double Wildfin Inquisitors. Alright. And a Hydrologist. That's pretty solid. But now he wants to make the trade anyway. That does not change. I mean, I could hit the Hydrologist to set up for a swipe, but I think I'll go with the Acolyte. He doesn't have a good trade on the Acolyte on the board, so he could have a Rallying Blade, he could have War Leader, he could have Rockpool Hunter. He doesn't have any more Murlocs in hand. Oh, but now this is really sweet. Because now swipe cleans it all. Really? Yes, really. Surprising. Well, this is swipe time. Let's kill all of the Murlocs. Alright, that turned out rather well. Now I know none of these cards are Murlocs. So do I go with Pyromancer into Jade Blossom? That's another board clear. That also ramps me up a little bit. Seems like a good idea. And leads into Aya next turn. Yeah, we're going with this one. I mean, these are down to 1 health, but that makes no difference against the Paladin. If he has a Consecration, he kills them from 2 health as well. If he has no Consecration, then well, this is all just fine. I guess I'll just double trade and play Aya. I mean, why not? His ability to flood the board is a little bit limited after all. But he might have stuff like Blessing of Kings. He might have stuff like Spike-Rit Steed in the hand, Tyrion even, or the Sunkeeper. Sure, you can have a Sunkeeper. Do I want to swipe a lone Sunkeeper? That does give me the advantage. can also develop Jade Spirit. He's playing the Grimscale Jump, so he's aggro. Yeah, it's swipe time. It's definitely swipe time. I don't think I can kill a fire here. Get a 4/4 Jade going. Play a Jade Spirit. Get even more Jades going. I have a couple of innerwates to draw more cards with if I can find an auctioneer. There are no Murlocs in hand, I already know that, but that's a Spikerid Steed. But that's still fine. Hit, 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 hit. This will be pretty low. What if he has a Consecration? Maybe I want to keep this one at better health level. Trade these ones in. I could also trade in these two and hero power. Yeah, I think that's fine. I believe that is just fine. I get rid of the Spikerid Steed. I will keep this 5/5 out of Consecration reach. And I get to build more Jades. Yeah, so now Consecration can only kill this one minion. I think that was a good plan. Alright, you can have a Tyrion. That's pretty sweet for you, I guess. Don't sacrifice any minions. I'm not a huge fan of sacrificing a lot of minions. I guess I can sacrifice these two. That will be fine. I keep the more powerful ones around. But I'll take away that weapon, and I think I'll also play another Jade Behemoth. And there we go. That's a win against the Murloc Paladin. The slower the Paladin, the better this deck is. The faster the Paladin, the more it struggles. Let's see. I'm keeping the ramp card. Although I don't have the coin, so it comes down pretty late. He was able to keep 2 cards, so he has a pretty strong opener. Okay, I guess this can go really, really wrong. Because the only thing I can do next turn is hero power. Looks pretty aggressive to me. We'll see how this one turns out. So far it looks pretty bad. But let's see, I have 2 Earthen Scales in hand. So there's some potential for me to heal. I have the Gluttonous Ooze if he uses a weapon. Oh man. Really, really strong opener. Well, I have no choice but to play the Blossom here. I'm probably dead. He had an extremely strong opener. That's already 8 damage on board. And more if he has any other Murlocs. I mean, if he has a... Oh man, that's already 10 damage on board. Well, 12, but 10 coming in this turn. I just cannot answer this. 10, 12, 14 damage right here. I'm going to have to Wrath down the biggest Murloc. And hero power down the 1/1, because he could have a Gentle Megasaur follow-up for this. That still leaves him with 7 on board. So I'm dead in 2 turns. I can't even play Aya into Earthen Scales to gain armor. Yeah, that was pretty strong opener. That was pretty strong opener. What can you say? Murloc Paladin is one of the weakest matchups of this deck. So Pyromancer double Earthen Scales gives me 6-7 armor and kills these 2. So I'm technically alive, but extremely barely. The Pyromancer in theory is able to challenge the Inquisitor as well, but in reality probably not. So I still don't see the out. I would need to have Jade Behemoth at least. I mean, I could top deck Jade Behemoth into Primordial Drake or something like that. And he can whiff, but he still has 4 cards, so he's unlikely to whiff enough. Top deck Swipe would be an out now, when he went for it like this. That's 9 damage. I just have to take down the 6th one. I'm at 7. And then I will play Fandral. But now there are multiple outs for him. Blessing of Kings is an out. Spike-Wreathed Steed is not an out. Choose of a Champion is an out as well. But I had no way to prevent that. No. I got pretty close to stabilizing there. Pretty close indeed. Let's see about this Shaman then. I'm gonna keep the Rat against Shaman. I really need to get rid of stuff like Mana Tide. But now it's really bad that I got 2 of these. So that's absolutely terrible. I never wanted to have 2 of them. Let's see. Next turn I probably need to Wild Growth. I just have to trust my deck. And last game I trusted my deck, but my deck didn't deliver. But it will, most of the time it will deliver. It is a consistent deck. So sometimes you just trust it and it doesn't deliver, but there's nothing you can do about that. Now I would have the option to kill that, just has got to be the Wild Growth. Still don't know what kind of Shaman deck this is. Now that's interesting. He could have something with Charge coming. Very aggressive opener. Many ways to deal with this. He will have 3 mana next turn, not enough to play Jade Lightning. It is enough to play a Lightning Bolt. So say I innervate the Behemoth here. If I just play the Jade Spirit, he gets such a good trade here. I think I'll innervate the Behemoth. Because at 3 mana, there are only a few very specific things that he can do. Like playing Patches. That would actually kill the 3/6 here. Patches or Lightning Bolt. Patches can of course be pulled with a Bloodsail Corsair, for example. But it's one or the other. There's nothing else on 3 mana. Well, he could devolve the board, but devolving a 6-drop into a 5-drop, especially an understated 6-drop, is generally not a very good idea. So a 6/6 became a 5/5. Did he gain something? Well, the 5/5 is going to kill the Flame Tongue Totem. I have quite a few options on how to proceed. I mean, Jade Spirit is one. Acolyte of Pain is another. I think I'll play the Acolyte. And I will trade away the Firefly. Because the Firefly, if buffed, can kill the Acolyte and survive. But now if he wants to buff this to kill the Acolyte, then it will still die. Or he could play something like Jade Lightning on the Acolyte. Also not very strong. Yeah, this doesn't really do much. What is he doing? Why do you want to give me cards? I don't know yet. I mean, he could have an evolve, he could have a bloodlust. How much do I want to play around those things? I mean, I could fully clear this board if I wanted to. The question is, do I want to? And I guess I don't. So these are all 1-drops, not significant from evolve point of view. Let's just go with Jade Spirit. I do want to clear multiple minions, so I don't think I can afford to play Aya here. So now I can clear up 2, leave him with just 2 others. Not a very impressive board for a Bloodlust. I mean, he could have the Doppelgangster Evolve combo for next turn. And I would need to have something to do against that. I need some kind of power on the board in order to deal with that one. It's really too bad that I can hero power and Aya on the same turn. What if he has the Doppelgangster Evolve? Then I want to have the Aya on board. And I want to play this Jade Idol on board as well. I guess I want to trade here. Leave him one less minion for the Evolve combo. So now if he goes for the Evolve, and he's going for the Doppelgangster Evolve, but I have a strong board and I have 2 rats in hand. So depending on what he's able to pick up here, I just might be able to defend myself enough. Now that's a pretty impressive 8/8 you have there. Do I go with the Gadgets and Auctioneer? I could make this a 6/6 trade here. And also trade here, trade there. I don't need the endless shuffle in this matchup. So I can play a Jade Idol. Yeah, that's the play. Let's make Aya 6/6. No, I mean 6/4. Aya can trade away the 6/6. And the 4/4. Now let's make a Jade Idol. The 4/4 can trade away the 4/4, and the 3/3 can trade away the 2/3, which leaves him with only the Frozen Crusher. Oh, I mean, it is an 8/8, but it can only attack every other turn. And where is it even going to attack? I mean, he has to remove the Auctioneer. So that's kind of problematic for him. He cannot just go face with that. Alright. And then I can trade here maybe. Trade there. Trade here. Do I want to kill the Frozen Crusher now? He still has another Doppelgangster Evolve combo in the deck. Maybe I'm not in a hurry to kill that yet. This one probably has got to go. Or I could leave this alive at 1 health. That's acceptable. Trade there. Trade here. Trade here. Play a Jade Behemoth. And hero power down the 1/1. Yes, this is alright. Now the Frozen Crusher cannot attack. I have Jades and I still had the Wraths. So I had leeway in case he found another double gangster evolve combo. Cyrus made it hard, first deathwing then Dirty Earth into Primordial Drake. Dirty Earth into Primordial Drake was a low roll for him. I think that was really great for me. But Quest Rogue. Okay, I said that Murloc Paladin was the worst matchup for this deck, but I actually might have been exaggerating a little. Maybe Quest Rogue is even worse. I'm not even going to coin the Wild Growth. I have absolutely nothing to play after that Wild Growth, so I can just play the Wild Growth without coin. That will save the coin so that I can get an earlier Primordial Drake down or something to hopefully kill his minions before he completes the quest when they're still vulnerable to the AoE. I mean, I could coin Nourish for crystals. I'd be at 7 mana next turn. I think that's what I'm doing. I'll be at 7 mana next turn. But I'll kill that minion. I had the option to draw with the Wrath, but I figured I would just kill it now. Then try to go with the Aya next turn. But the Jades are only 1/1s now, so that's not great. Once Aya dies, the golem that comes out is a 2/2. Yeah, he's going to complete the quest with glacial shards. No, it's going to be impossible to deal any damage ever. So I hero power and hit here. I will have 6 more mana remaining. I can play Fandral and Jade Idol. So I kill 1 Glacial Shard now. And I will play Fandral and I will play Jade Idol. Probably not going to be good enough because he's already 3 out of 4 into the quest and he has 7 cards. Fandral Idol Feral Rage. Nah, no use for the Feral Rage right here. Okay, does he have a prep? If he does not have a prep, then I can at least clean up before the quest comes down. He would need to have the prep here. I cannot clean up everything. Primordial Drake only kills 2. I don't have the mana to kill the 3rd. Well, I still have to play the Primordial Drake, right? And another Jade Idol. The alternative is to give him 2 5/5s. There's 2 Glacial Shards in hand. So I don't yet see how I can win this game, but I can try. If he doesn't have a prep, he can freeze 2 minions and play the quest. He has the prep too. Ouch. Well, I guess that was too much. Completing the quest with Glacial Shards and having a prep ready. How many chargers? 1 charger. So far just 1. Haha. Yeah. This is a pretty bad matchup. So that would be 35 damage. I guess this is a good time to nourish. Pyromancer. Pyromancer, Jade Idol. That's 3 mana. Feral Rage. That's 6 mana. Something like that. Then Feral Rage. Then the Idol. Then trade, trade, and trade. And then let's see. Another Bilefin. Man, 2 Bilefins. And being able to replay that. And an earthen scales. Okay, so now that's 26, that's 21 damage. I will play the Behemoth. I will play the Blossom. And I will play the Idol. Then let's see. No, he top decked the Novice Engineer to top this off. Oh, wow. I mean, he's going to go all face here. There's no other play. But man, Novice Engineer as well. And Jade Idol is not enough. I can go to 11, he has 11 on board. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the show, please click the like button and subscribe to my channel for more.